Okay.
No regular detachments.
Okay. Welcome to Malaysia. And we're very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, these are all my colleagues, so why don't you guys start?
Good to you. The boss.
No, I'm not. Most probably I'm the oldest.
Could you tell us what you think about, how you think about...
That's okay. Yeah. What I think?
What do you think about how design cars are moving towards Toyota? I mean, not so much in terms of supercars or in general.
There was a big period. It's like anything, you go through different phases and everything. And we were saying this, the original phase of cars was just like a horse carriage with no horse. Basically, people on the cars and wheels and go. And you got to the area where you started to think about the design of the cars, and designers started doing sculptures on wheels, art on wheels, basically. Then it became more about excess. You have American cars with big fins, and flew like rockets with 4 wheels. And then you had the 60s also, where you started thinking about performance. The Italians did sports cars that were incredibly beautiful, loud, sexy looking, Lamborghinis and Ferraris. The Americans started thinking about muscle cars, macho muscle cars. And then it started to change, and you got to the era where the government started thinking maybe we can make some money, so let's legislate crazy with airbags and safety and weight and visibility, and the cars started to get boring. And in the 80s, then they started thinking a little bit about aerodynamics, and they started getting very smooth looking cars and a lot of similar looking cars. In the 90s, they started thinking, oh, now it's a little fun, let's have some fun, and then they started doing the supercars, and you got 40 kind of development in the late 80s, and we started doing the F4s and the F1, and all these cars started becoming more interesting to look at. In the 2000s, now it's more about technical beauty, I think. They still realize now more than ever that design is a critical factor for selling the car, but it's more about making maybe unique design of the car. Because there was a period, obviously, when people were doing the same thing more or less. So the cars looked very similar in the 90s, nothing really jumped out at being, or in the 80s, being unique, or very unique. It's like everybody started speaking the same language, design language. Now everybody's starting to emphasize design. Every car company now puts a lot of emphasis on the look of the car. Because now everybody makes great cars. All the cars are reliable, all the cars have good gas mileage, they're comfortable, they try to keep the price down, there's a lot of competition for this. So now it's all about what the customer perceives as quality, what he perceives as identifying himself with. So I think everybody now, the trend now is to make a very distinct design language for your company. And then faithfully, of course, interprets the values of the company. If it's a low price car, okay, it's you don't overemphasize chrome or things like that. You have to keep the cost down. In McLaren, we're a little bit in a different direction now. We had to make a unique design language because we're a brand new car company. Just create a brand new design language from scratch. It's difficult because you have to have completely different ideas. You can't repeat.
But having said that, how much influence did you get from
the F1? The spirit of the F1, not so much the design influence. There were some very good things on the F1 because it was so unique and so purposeful. They didn't care so much about what it was going to cost. But if you look at a car like the F1, where's the best place to take air into a car where it's undisturbed? Right into the roof, in the circle. Not a lot of cars do that, but if you think about it, the air that goes by the side of the car has to turn. There's a lot of drag and all this for that. It's less efficient. He doesn't ram the air into the car for the intake, the engine. So that goes on this car. It's because it works, not because the F1 had it. It's just the best place. And the F1 was considered to be an intelligent supercar. So it was the supercar.
Yes, it was a supercar.
So
So you can really,
Yeah, and so some features, I mean, the only thing that really kind of resembles the F1 maybe is the wiggle behind the truck, behind the door's shape there. You know, we call it the quarter life. That, it doesn't matter what you design there, you can either do it or don't do it, and make it square, make it round, or whatever. We thought, okay, a little bit of McLaren can be there, so it's just a small thing. But again, the F1 is one era, and the P1 is a complete new, it's not even the next generation, it's like the F1 is our great-great-grandfather. So if you're similar to your great-great-grandfather, you're still short, you know, no money, you have to move forward. I think if you have a hint of the spirit of the F1, that's enough.
You mentioned just now that you have problems, normally problems with the packaging, that you will fight with the engineers. For that car, because the most difficult part actually that you have to write, the battle between you and the engineers.
We didn't have a battle. No, we didn't have a battle. That's what I was saying. Most car companies, we have a battle with the engineers, because the problem with most car companies is they treat the designers like they're some kind of holy god or something. They put it into a room, they close the door, 6 months coming up with ideas, drinking coffee, listening to music, you know, relaxing, and then he has this incredibly sexy, beautiful design. They make it into a concept car. When they show it at the motor shows, everybody goes crazy. Wow, you gotta build this, it's amazing. Then he comes back to the company and the engineers, here, build this. And they look at it and that. You can't even see out of this car. You can't get into this car. This is impossible. You can't bend the glass like that. It's terrible aerodynamics. And then they make it, and then you see what they make. And they can't do it. They don't speak. The problem is they don't speak with engineers. And I understand why they don't speak with engineers, because like I said, also the engineers of these car companies are paid to go beyond. You know, they only pay to control the cost and the risk and the quality and all this. And then of course the engineer is going to be saying, no, that won't work because we've never done it that way before. It's too much of a new idea. It's a risk and maybe it doesn't work. Oh, I gotta go home. The McLaren engineer comes before the designer and he stays later than the designer and he challenges, I can do it, I'll find a way to make it. And so you get these ideas right at the beginning with the designer having an impossible idea, and then you have the engineer who's like, I can do anything. You know, I'll make it work, I'll find a way to make it. And these two guys, when you get the people, you get cars that seem like concept cars that actually work. So, you know, you think the engineer will stop the creativity of the designer. You can if you work with a bad engineer, but work with a great engineer, then it's the best. So it's two crazy guys. Good ideas.
What do you think is the most interesting feature of the car?
I think there's a lot. I mean, do you have children?
Yes.
What's the most interesting thing on your child?
I understand. It's cute.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think the concept of the car was to innovate everywhere, not only in the shape or the way it looks, but also in the technology, the suspension, the aerodynamics, the visibility, the materials, everything is innovative. So most innovative, it's hard to say. Maybe the fact that we didn't try to even make it beautiful from the beginning, we wanted to make it functional, yeah, and then that's what it looks like, almost. You know? Sorry, it looks like that because it has to look like that if you want it to be functional.
And back to this question in terms of design direction. You work with an on retro, for instance. Do you think it's still relevant in the car design world, or is retro design simply not simply regurgitation of past ideas? Are you against retro, or how was that in the process when you were making the...
I hate retro. Yeah, I hate retro. Not that I hate retro, it has its position. Of course, people like retro guitars and retro architecture and all those things. Car design, it has its place, of course, at the right moment. At the Mini, it wasn't a retro car. That was maybe so some people said it was a retro design. It wasn't a retro design. If the Mini was a retro, the car Mini in 2000 was a retro design, then you'd have to say the 911 today is a retro design. Because all it does is continue continue what the original one looked like, but it makes it more modern. And when they said I did a retro design for the Mini, because it looks so much like the Mini, of course, Mini was its heritage, its DNA. And when we did the new Mini, you had the freedom as a designer to interpret the 21st century Mini. Everybody that I was working on, 14 other designers, they all interpreted the 21st century Mini the way they saw the Mini from the 21st century. The only difference I did was I told you I designed the 1969 Mini, then I did the 1979 Mini, the 1989 Mini, and then the 1990 Mini. So 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, at the end of the month. And but I think in the future, the reason why BMW pulled out of hydrogen was because it was so expensive. It's not the safest thing, but there's ways to bring around the safety. But you need to use technologies that electric energy is not cost to produce the electric energy is a carbon footprint that you can't avoid. So that's definitely not the future. But at this moment in time, it does help for the economy. I think range anxiety is crazy. You don't want to have range anxiety. You want to be sure that everywhere you go, it's like a fuel station. You have anywhere you need one, you find one. The battery is a big issue. Not only because of the weight, but also because when you do the battery later, they still have to figure it out. So for me, obviously, there's going to be another type of motion system. And everybody's working on it. I mean, there are things that we know is happening, but we just have to find a way to make it economically fission particle, atomic fission particle engine into a proton car. It's like the joke with the Trabant in Germany, East Germany. Remember the Trabant? Trabant is a little plastic car that you have to wait 11 years to get. Trabant? East Germany, it's two-stroke. It was a family car. It was like the Cinquecento of Italy or the Mini.
I might have seen it. I'm so young.
Okay. Did you ever hear of a singer called Elvis Presley?
It depends. Like if I ask Iron Maiden and I ask him that genre, I would know more.
The what?
Iron Maiden. I mean.
Oh yeah.
In that type of question situation.
Yeah. So you know, so the guy who's cleaning our studio tonight, it's a big room. Yeah. One time I had music out of my desk, I had YouTube on it, just listening. He goes, "Oh, you like that group?" I'm like, yeah, pretty cool music. I used to do. He goes, "That's Deep Purple." I go, "I know, it's Deep Purple." He says, "That's my dad." What? Yeah, serious. I go, he's going like that. I wasn't going. He was going like that. I was like, "Yeah, that's my dad." What? That's my dad on the bass. What? His dad was the bass player for Deep Purple. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? Yeah, check out the name. So I checked out the name. Look on the internet. YouTube. It's children. That's right. But anyways, the reason I said that was with the Trabant was, how do you double the price of the Trabant? You fill it up with fuel. But, you know, so what I mean is the technology is expensive, but it's like everything, the price will come down.
And speaking to technology, Mercedes on the field, intelligent drive, the SMS, will McLaren ever be autonomous?
Autonomous? In terms of driving?
Yeah.
I hope not. I mean, the possibility to do it is great, but I think the whole thing about cars is the emotion, especially for emotion. Driving cars is a pleasure. It's like people, you know, drinking vodka and soda. Instead of drinking it, they're just going to inject it into their. They're going to go to the bar and have it put into it. It's not the same thing. You have to enjoy the physical experience of it. So there might be times it's a safety feature. You want to take a break if you still want to travel, so you turn on your compass. There's stretches of road. I know in LA to San Diego they have a piece of road where they do the test all the time. The car drives by itself and it measures the distance between the car in front, car on the side, the car behind it, and the guardrail. So it keeps a safe distance all the time, no matter what. So you read, but it works. And, you know, you have the parking and all this. But I think that this is for a sports car or a car where it's important that you feel that it's not what people want. Even the electric cars where the sound is becoming less important. I think maybe the younger people don't care because it's all about digital and all this. But for a little petrol head, the sound of the engine makes you
It really is sad because it's a great pleasure to hear. I mean, I'm a big fan of GTA, so like going to the cars or something. Just hearing the full 5 exhaust, just different engines, whereas, Mish was asked once that he was lost for
probably
we're talking about that. And one of them was also being talked about having piping and bagpipe voice as they go growing time. So that's really hilarious. And to connect with Ellen Mish, we talked about this about design dynamics working. And we haven't worked with the Japanese company. And he mentioned that why Japanese companies are not successful in those roles based on being like maybe it's something that it's more community whereas in Europe it's more like that. What's your opinion on those different dynamics?
Well, my obviously experience is that the smaller the team is, the better it is. You get big teams and everybody has an opinion. Nothing's right. It's like, especially with design, everybody has an opinion. You can't say he's wrong, he's right. It's a feeling. Is the design right? As long as more people like it than people that don't like it. The smaller you have the team, the better. So I think you have to have professionals in place, but it's a gut instinct. You have to feel it's right. And, if you ask the public what they think about a design 3 years before the car comes out, which a lot of companies do, they do plenty of research, and you get a car that looks like 3 years ago before. The customer doesn't know what he wants 4 years ago. I don't know what we want. It's difficult to say what's coming in 3 or 4 years. But if you ask the customer today, his opinion is what he wants tomorrow already. And a lot of companies put emphasis to be very safe on what the customer likes. They're not professionals, so they don't trust their own instincts, and that makes boring cars. You've got to remember when we did P1, Ron Dennis didn't want to see the car until we actually had a full-size model of the car to show him. He didn't want to see the designer sketches or the small-scale models and presentations. I said, we're ready to show you the car, full size with color and everything, then I'll tell you what I think about it. So we followed other projects and we followed the P1. So about 8 months after we started the project, we said, okay, we're going to show you the car this afternoon. It comes in, he looks at the car, and he's really angry. He's like, why that's what you guys for 8 months do? Where's the front of the, where's the back? Why doesn't the back, where's the back? There's no back end in the car. This car is strange. I'm saying, yeah. And he says, I tell you, I don't really understand this car. I've never seen anything like this. He says, you like it? Yeah. He says, okay, I'm not going to tell you to do it or not do it. It's your head. I said, okay, which meant if it's not successful, okay, goodbye. But I thought that's the right reaction. It has to shock. If you give a car that doesn't shock, it will really shock. And of course, the smaller the team, the easier it is to manage, the more energy you have, the more work you have, obviously. And it's a job that designers love to design, so it's like I said, it's a difficult job to leave when you go home at night. You don't just stop creating and thinking. Yeah, so it's everything. You're going in the car thinking about it, you're on your way to work thinking about it, and
You've done a lot of ideas from that. Now, how do you keep track of it? I mean,
that's because we thought because the exhaust pipe on the 12C, for example, is so high because it's the most direct exit for the exhaust. It's a straight tube that goes straight out the back of the engine. Normally cars go,
usually it's car.
Yeah, and then the tubes go underneath the car, and then the sort of airflow underneath the car. So we thought if we just put it straight up the back, it's the best way. So because the engine exit for the exhaust is exactly like the 12C, that would have made back into the car very high, at least as high as the 12C. So we have a cross member on the subframe in the back that we thought the only way to get the back end to go really low is if we push the exhaust pipe down. We can't because the subframe is there. What happens if we cut like half a circle out of the subframe on this side and then half a circle on the subframe there? We push the exhaust pipe down into this half circle. And everyone, it might be too weak and we don't have the rigidity. We did it, it was okay. So then the exhaust would go all down.
So you didn't actually contribute to the structural rigidity.
No different. And so then we were able to push the back of the car even lower. It got so low, it's ridiculously low. I have this car like that. But that's good because that means when the spoiler comes up on the back, the more distance you have between the car and the spoiler, the more flow there, better the downforce. That's why we want to push the back of the car low. And so now it has extreme levels of downforce because the wing can go separate itself very high from the car. And less material, less weight. Right? So, and then of course if it was a Ferrari, instead of going down, we would have made it nice and soft and nice to touch. But that's the opposite way. So this car we took material away, we didn't add sensuality or soft surfaces.
It's something that you would never, I mean, it's obviously evergreen.
Evergreen?
Evergreen. As in, it just doesn't die.
It's timeless. Yeah, well that's the problem with a lot of cars, aren't it? Because they try to design the cars to look cool. And then you design a car or shoes or something that looks cool this year, next year is not cool, something else is cool.
It goes out of fashion.
Yeah.
And I hate that about it. But it does, one thing though, it does identify what it was.
Yeah, but if you look at a horse 30 years ago, it's timeless, it's beautiful today. You look at, Sophia Loren 30 years ago, she was beautiful back then. And Sophia Loren. Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yeah.
You have to be careful. You guys are young. So, no, beauty is beauty, And so if you can get that balance right, it's always beautiful. It doesn't change. It happens when you start to try to, like dress style, put trousers down.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a trend. Yeah, but imagine that guy at 75 years old, grandpa walking with his trousers down, and the kids going, "Dad, look at it. That's cool." Or the grandmother with the, we call it a tramp stamp.
Oh, no.
So the grandmother with a tramp stamp back here. Yeah, but this was cool. This is not cool anymore. It's the same thing, basically. If you keep things nice, pure, they look good all the time. I find it difficult now when you think people like with the iPhone, where do they go now? It's so simple now, just a case with a screen, that's it. Where do they go now? Do they start putting buttons back on it? So, but it's
I'm sure you're very proud of your design, but are there any current production cars right now that you admire as well? Or you're like, oh, I never got that.
Not that I admire, but I admire the courage of Citroën, because they're doing very emotional cars.
Overdone sometimes.
Yeah, but you can see they're really trying to design that. Yeah, I like the elegance of Aston Martin. Sporty elegance. It's like a nice, beautiful sports car. Yeah. But it's Ghibli. It wasn't a Ghibli.
Oh,
It's difficult nowadays to find nice, clean design.
Would you consider Koenigsegg's design to be
Cohesive design?
Koenigsegg.
Oh, Koenigsegg. Yeah, but the Koenigsegg just looks funny. When you sit inside of the Koenigsegg, it's like looking down a shaft or tunnel. You're sitting here, the roof is here. It's like looking into a letterbox, a post box. I don't know, they're compromising. I don't know if they're compromising. The Ghani is a bit like, it's a bit Art Deco, but at the same time it's like the new trend that they call where they have everything with buttons that are cool. It's
just time.
Yeah, but what does that mean? New technology, where things look like they're built in the industrial age. Steampunk.
Steampunk.
Yeah, it's a little bit steampunk. You know steampunk? How old are you guys? Last year.
He's the oldest amongst us, I'm number two. That's these two fellas.
You heard of steampunk?
Yeah, it's a new word.
It's new. It's like industrial design.
Yeah,
Industrial-
steampunk. It's like a subculture.
Yeah.
It's like Japanese animation, you know,
Yeah,
like
also.
using steam technology.
Yeah, a lot of things that
all
make
that.
things work.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the guy in the interior, you think, oh my gosh, if this is a sports car, you have a lot of weight.
But I didn't say that. I mean, you say about that, they are very flamboyant. And when you have flamboyant in, you have the freedom to design anything. Sure. And you guys, you go for function. So this is the best shape for the function.
No, that's what I said before. Our mission is to make the fastest car on a racetrack, on a track, basically. Not fastest, on the Autobahn, 450 kilometers an hour, and then you turn and the car goes. It's not about that. It's more about the ultimate driver's car going on the racetrack as quickly as possible. So it includes the feeling you have downforce, the suspension, the braking, the dynamics of the steering.
But don't you think the ultimate shape will really look the same?
Like what shape?
If you find the ultimate shape, the design,
How did shape?
ultimate,
Ultimate.
ultimate shape. Don't you think that the shape is, I mean, it will be the same for your next design?
That's the world designer. If that happens, then he loses his job and he can go home.
So how do you perfect?
Because you have to be curious. It's the same thing. Everything that's out there is already out there. It's not like we're inventing something new. Everything is out there. You can, like I said yesterday, you can change the color of the car Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday if you want this technology. You can drive the car with no windscreen wipers. You can change the shape of the car when you're driving. Animals do this. You see a chameleon. One day it's green, the next day it's brown, the next day it's red. Or whatever. But this technology exists. It's just you have to be curious enough to go out and understand why it works. And a lot of designers don't do that. They don't research. You gotta give credit to Da Vinci. He's really good at drawing. But how do you do that? Because he went into the operation theaters and watched the doctors cut things up and he started understanding bones
And what you're saying, the boundaries can always be pushed.
yeah, it's just that you have to be curious. We haven't gotten to the end, but like I said, for me, it's nature that we find. So, they find strange creatures at the bottom of the sea that have lights. They're light flowing away. How does that happen? I don't know, but it works. The next thing that we're looking at right now in current trends is what's the problem with the interior of the car at night when it's just sitting there, or when it's black inside. Okay, you don't have lights on because it's difficult when you're driving, but all you have to do is use material that takes the energy from the sun during the day, charges, and at night it releases the color, the energy. So you can have patterns on the seats that are like stars in the night. So you have some cool. You can have the northern lights. You can have this kind of glow inside the car because you can reproduce these things. And there's so much more out there that we haven't even researched. Lighter materials, materials that illuminate. Like I said before, you don't need windscreen wipers. You can take a windscreen wiper off the car and use the technology they use in the military for the aircraft. They don't have windscreen wipers. They use electricity. It's very simple. It doesn't cost you anything. It's so cheap. And if you take away the windscreen wipers, you take away the people who have jobs making a fluid between the glass. And you take away the jobs of people making the windscreen warm in the rubber. But then you take away the weight, you take away the compression.
And we have higher NCAP standard. Higher NCAP standard. That's
Yeah, well, that's always
the wipers.
the wipers are the oldest thing in the car.
Exactly.
Is it true that the green screen is just tree or something like that?
Yeah, we made it a little bit thinner.
Actually, make it so thick and so strong. And make the top just too
It's not so strong. It's really. No, it's strong. Of course, you have to pass regulations. A lot of people go over, and you can make glass thinner. It's a little bit more expensive, and you have a lot more glasses that when you make them, they break. But okay, it's an expensive car. You can take a risk like that.
There's a lot of effect.
But there's a lot of weight in glass. Glass is heavy.
Thinner glass means less insulation outside.
Yeah, of course it does. But for example, we don't use much sound insulation because it weighs also. So it's a lot of, if you want to be in comfort, car with no sound outside, you can buy a Rolls Royce. That's great. But of course, you need comfort inside the car. But sometimes it's nice to hear. What you don't want to hear is wind noise. Like that happens when the air comes across the front of the car and goes like this past you hear that. That's not nice. You hear the engine. When you have a 12-cm button that you push on the spider that lowers the glass so that you can hear the engine. And then we have a sound thing I can show you on the engine that takes the bass waves, the low waves, from the engine block, takes it to a tube, and it goes and it comes behind the seats in the car. If you look behind the seats, you see two little things behind it. This is taking the bass waves into the car. You don't hear them, you feel them. So you're in the car and you go, and okay, you hear the outside sound. But when you feel it inside, you live in this. You feel it. You feel it. Yeah. It's what you hear when you're in a big disc when you feel it. That's what you feel.
It's not artificial, it's natural from nature.
Right, we're not baking, so we're taking channeling. Yeah. It's wonderful. It works. It works. You feel it. It's a vibration, basically.
Going back to design and design activity that we'll discuss. Your favorite car is the E-Type, and I love the way when the speed entry reacted to it.
Yeah.
You didn't know what it was just that.
Yeah.
And now that type is out. What's your thoughts on that?
On the F-Type.
Yeah.
Dude, I was having such a good time. F-Type.
You call it the F-type or something?
Everybody said, it's beautiful, it's a great car. It's a normal car. Isn't that special? What's special about it? And I thought, maybe it's because I love the E-Type so much, and I feel disappointed that the F-Type is considered the modern E-Type. It has no, see, I'm going to get angry now. E-Type, I see it and go, And it's a Series 1, it can't be a Series 2 or a Series 3. It's amazing how bad they can make a beautiful car when they start to change the wrong thing. But the F-Type, okay, maybe it's a good engine, solid and all this, but it doesn't have the extra ingredient that the E-Type has. It's like eating a hamburger and a nice steak. A nice steak, and then you make a hamburger out of it, and okay, it's good, it's good. It lost the special factor. It's just because they haven't pushed it enough. It's like they made a clinic research, marketing research clinic, and everybody had to agree that. So they, and now it's like nobody cares.
The S-Martin is kind of like online.
That is less. They work. Yeah, it's the designers work with both companies.
You wish me maybe I'm so sorry to live.
Yeah.
But before I go, can you sketch me a car?
Sketch of a car. You know what we used to do in the studio? We have now some ways to draw. You draw here on a pad, and I was reading from the And when you draw here, it's on the pad, right?
Or what
So what we did was that we had visitors come to the studio. We had this beautiful car on the screen.
All right.
With a pad here. And before they come in, you put another layer on top that's like white.
Okay.
So the car's underneath the layer.
Okay.
So when the people come in the studio, you're like, well, you're not drawing, you're erasing.
Oh, okay.
There you go. call you drunk. I don't understand that. So, I'm not going to eBay this. I will start. I don't have which wings.
Okay. So we really start from the wheel.
That's true. Yeah, every time you draw a card, because the wheels give you a little bit the portion, the shape, and
What was the biggest challenge that you had to overcome when you were learning design?
I was learning to design cars.
What was the hardest thing that specific?
Maybe proportion. Yeah, and to make the car look like it didn't have an accident. Because when you draw a car, sometimes it's very difficult with wheels to get the right feeling. If you don't know enough about perspective of the wheels to make the car look like it was in an accident.
So I see.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of times it's just giving me proportion, if it's a mid-engine or a front engine, or that it looks like a Ferrari, it looks like a Maserati, it looks like a McLaren. So each car has its own language. Basically, when you design a car, I'm not even thinking, I'm just drawing. I can't think because I'm like,
There's a portion in Speed Hunters where you were talking about how is it industrial PC or is it like boot camp?
Boot camp is the worst thing. Forget about the Navy SEALs or anything like that. No, you get sick. They make you sick. They really make you sick. You start thinking, I'm one of the 30 best candidates in the world. I'm going to finish. I will be here after 4 years. And you have to be so committed. I mean, but it's just it's your mentality. You either do it or you don't do it. If you take a stop and break and then start again, it's like stopping in the middle of a marathon. You can't stop again. It's crazy. There's so many people that want to do exactly what you're doing that somebody out there has the energy to do it. So it's no way. It's Monday.
always.
This is stuff for 3 years and 8 months. You have class from Monday to Friday, but it's not just class. You have class from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. is your first class. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. is your second class. 6 p.m. to 10 o'clock in the evening is your third class. This is five days a week. Then at 10 o'clock, 10:30 you get home, you drink your coffee, then you stay up until 3 or 4 in the morning for the next day. Saturdays you have 9 to 4, and then you continue working. Sundays you don't go anywhere, you stay home, catch up. Monday all over, 3 years and 8 months. That's it. No girlfriends, no boyfriends, nothing. You don't have time to eat, sleep, and that's why people say, it's crazy. And the crazy people are the ones that finish. But when you, like I said, when you finish, you have a job. Because they make sure that people finish and you're really good. So.
How much time is there left in the interview? Except for one last question.
So quick. I need more paper.
Well, does the car spit things? as a
Only when you push the nitrous oxide or something like that. Blue flames. You saw the image of it blowing flames out the back. Yeah, when it's in the video, it's real, it's true. But I've seen pictures where the photographer told me, yeah, I photoshopped the blue white flame on the back. It depends because it's turbo, so it does blow flames. Yeah.
It's cool to have a barbecue.
Yeah, that's also the wastegate. It was so he designed all of it. Yeah. Okay, the other one that drawing. Oh, that extra listens.
They do. I mean,
Okay, stop.
You must audition. Original.
Tell me to stop, otherwise I keep going.
Don't stop.
That's what she said last night.
Okay. But you don't like big dish wheels, do you? Why? Super wide wheel.
Depends on the wheels. Now you design cars more or less for weight, wheels for weight, not so much for the design. You make them too deep, they can be very heavy.
Loose wheel though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hip hop.
Dude. You know, I was, you know who was in my room next to me last night in the hotel?
Yeah.
Roger, James Bond.
James Bond.
Yeah. James Bond. Daniel Craig? No.
Roger Moore.
Yeah,
Sean Connery.
more.
Oh,
More.
okay. Roger Moore.
All the time. Oh, Roger Moore.
Nice one. Did you? Which one they put you out? I mean, the walk. Thank you.
Oh, the best fish fish there.
Yeah, I do a nice one for you.
Oh, this is nice.
It's great.
Awful.
The Hilton, huh?
Go fast. Very fast.
Alright. Okay, I have to. Oh, sorry, I have to. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, we can come again here.
Yeah, I hope so. Good food.
Good food.
So cheap.
We'll have another one.
Yeah, you want to well, that's a two-part. I really work very hard as a lesson.
Yeah.
Many resources. Love teaching. I wish I got it's not
How did that?
because my friends and I were trying to rework the RX.
Okay.
We didn't want to do actually to match the spirit.
Yeah, RX-7?
RX, yeah, just looking at RX because RX had less than RX.
Yeah.
So that was that. And
I see.
yeah, I mean, basically, what this is an expansion plan. What can I improve more in terms of control?
Here, for example,
Well, this
well, okay, what I would do on this one, for example, is what really helps is if you do this, like you have it, and as you go forward, as you go away from the joint, you make it more faint, more or less dark.
controlling more of the length on.
Yeah, you don't have to design the front. You can do this in a different view. So just concentrate here, do this, but make it not so detailed, not so strong. What that will make it look like is the design is coming at you. It's like things away are not so clear, and as they come to you, they get clearer and more sharp. So if you do the sketch that way, when you do it the same intensity here, just here, is like the design.
So there's less focal point at the same time.
Exactly, yeah. So make it sharper and more defined here. As the drawing goes away, make it less sharp, less hard. Here, for example, remember what I said about the perspective? The camber. Usually when you design a camber on a wheel, you can go straight up and down. Right now you have negative camber. Maybe you don't see it.
Yeah,
The one way to see it is you go like that, and you see it in reverse. And some of the things that look normal here, you see the problem when you look at it in reverse. So,
That's one of my weaknesses. I try to work as hard as I can every day. I try to work on
Yeah, no,
sketches.
it's good.
It's,
But always, what can help you is to have a mirror next to when you work with it. When you take your sketch and you look at it in the mirror, and it reverses it, it shocks your brain, and you suddenly think, oh, now I see what's wrong with the sketch. But like that, you should really hold it, that point should come way out. And,
at this point of time, I don't know why. I like to start with the DLO first, and I space it
you
out.
don't do the wheels first.
I don't know, for me, because I've all had the Russians do it. The Russians designs over the first area.
Yeah.
So I'll set up the DLO first, and I'll put out, then that's the stance, and then I can sort of emphasize more of the height and the depth of the feeling of the car
Yeah.
as my product. So it depends. Because my
You usually should be able to fit for a wheelbase. Normal wheelbase is usually 5 wheels. So you do a front wheel, 1, 2, 3, last wheel. That gives you more or less the starting point. That's what I do. You should think that way. And then,
it is common practice. At that point, I was struggling, so I was just experimenting.
yeah, it's not struggling. It's just learning. It's like struggling with a new language. Well, you can look at it as struggling, or you can look at it as practicing. It's practicing. It's sort of fun. Yeah, no. I mean, design is always changing. Like before, when I first started, we always made these wedge designs, the back end high and the front end low. Now it's changing, you have different proportions. What's important too is also the overhang. When you have the front wheel and the rear wheel, how much distance you have between there and there and there is important. Overhang. Usually you try to make the front overhang short and the rear overhang a little bit longer. Or because it's not good to hang weight over the past the wheel.
True. We experimented because I had some early sketches that looked like a Corvette or a bike, but that was the problem with the front engine and rear car. So
Then it becomes a factor where the caliper, the center of the boot is.
and then it has its rotary and so forth. So it's just like with the team discussion thing. I don't know why we had like community things, we don't have debates, and we never got anywhere in terms of specific details. Yeah, that was part of it at the time.
Well, do you have a teacher?
Honestly, not to what my gut feeling says it's good enough.
Yeah.
It's like, I just,
Well, usually the good colleges have professionals, real designers who take a day off of work and come and teach and really go back and work again.
we don't have any.
Yeah, well, you can work on his own.
He's a great guy, but where I'm from, it's all gut feeling, and it's all just something screwed up.
Well, the next big thing, the next important thing you can do is go on to Carl Flott. You know Carl Flott?
Is it website right?
Yeah.
I know what's the main website.
Well, the first one you go.
Sorry.
What's the card center you?
It's just a casual question.
I collect sketches every day.
Well, you go to the portfolios in CDN, for example. Can I write here?
Yeah.
If you go to this website here, you get really good examples. You read it?
Lot. Okay. Yeah.
Croft.
Croft.
C-R-O-F-L-O-T. We have great portfolios that you go on there, great sketch techniques and stuff, and seminars. So we'll need to do that too. If you run Coreflot, you can see so many great portfolios, and then you start to. And what I always tell people is, don't be embarrassed at this stage, at least, to copy somebody's other's sketch. Yeah, take his sketch, print it out, put it there, and do exactly what he did. And you start to get. It's like having a good teacher. Don't worry about copying. Later, when you get really good, then you'll have your own ideas. It's not about having your idea, it's about learning technique to draw.
I guess it's in a way, it's reverse engineering.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. It is.
The only way you can really, let's say in anything in life, if you want to be really good at what you do, you find somebody who does it excellent, and then you copy them. And then the genius part is when you can add a little bit more on top of that.
It's a lot like music, isn't it?
It is. Just take what's good, what you like, copy it, and then when you get good, when you copy it, then you add a twist to it. But don't add a twist before you can get to the level where you can draw, because it's too difficult. You can't do that. It's more important first to learn technique, shading, proportion, all that kind of stuff. And then once you get that where you feel comfortable, and you can see it's good, then you can start adding new notes, you know, new
Once you do the scales and
individual.
everything on
Yeah,
there.
then you can start individualizing it. So don't ever think somebody's doesn't see that I copied that guy's. Yeah, and so what? I'm not getting paid. Yeah.
In your honest opinion, how far, like, what stage am I at right now, and how far am I from the target? I mean, just
How far what?
From my target, because I've
So you got a long ways to go. But that's normal. You improve all the time. I mean, this is good. You got good line quality, and you can see you're sketching really quick, and that's good. You don't want to spend, you know, a long time sketching. You want sketches just to go out really easy, flow. And well, that's good. No, good perspective. What you want to do is try all kinds of different perspectives. You know, I can try that one, the next one, tilt it a little bit. So you get comfortable imagining it and drawing it, and sort of working through your mind of the image you see and drawing it. And then when you get past that point, then you can just don't even think, you just draw. And then you surprise yourself a lot of times. It's like, maybe somebody who's writing doesn't really think about it, he just writes. As he's writing, he's thinking of what comes out of the paper. Like,
Sir, I have to move already as well. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yes, you take care. Yes.
Just to let you know, it's a really big day for me because
Why?
my email is with McLaren Mercedes, and
Oh my gosh.
so
Wow.
I watched it since I was a kid, and
Yeah.
it was because of Kimi Räikkönen in
Yeah.
2005 when he won at Suzuka from back at the
You remember that race?
Yeah, that was the one that made me like I knew my teens. And it's a really big
Something so glad you like it. Yeah, it's usually the quiet guys are more like you are. I know what it means to me. It would be, if I was in your position, for me to meet somebody before I had a job, I was like, wow, that's incredible. It's hard work. I mean, it's like you meet a professional football player or a tennis player, or something. Like, how did you get there? What made the difference? It's just hard work. And dedication or not, you gotta be almost obsessed. If you knew how obsessed I am with design, it might not shock you, but it would shock different about people that, you know, it's what I live for. I love it. I have a balanced life. I don't have a family or a dog or anything like that. I love all of that, but I really love design. I love it like passion. And I love cars. I love designing.
So it's your first one, pretty natural.
But it's the one that's with you, even though your other wife, your wife leaves you, you still have that. Well, it's good. It's fun. It's actually, you know, I know a lot of people in different jobs and everything, but designing cars is incredibly fulfilling. Because music, okay, you make music, you be famous, you go concerts and that stuff. But a car, you see it go down the street, you think, if I wasn't here, that car wouldn't be here either, and you feel very proud about it.
Most of the design is made from you, everyone. It's your baby. It's your baby.
Yeah, it comes from here, you produce it. The only thing in car design is you can't fall in love with your car because you have to make the next one better. Whereas when you're making children, you know, you love the child. Yeah, but with a car, it's different. You gotta let go of it. You let go and go on to make something even better. It's just a long process. Just keep pushing.
Thank you guys.
Good.